Sleep is something that's very nostalgic in a way. Hearing Clair de Lune open up this video, that felt distant and somber, didn't it? There's just something about sleep, whether it's our morbid fascination about death or our insistence on escaping reality, that draws us towards the possibilities within it. And most reassuringly, we're only at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to sleep and dream research. Regardless, let's explain sleep to the best of our current abilities. It goes something like this. Humans and other animals can detect light through an organ known colloquially as eyes. When our eyes sense that there's a distinct lack of light, known colloquially as night, glands in our body release melatonin, which, if you've ever suffered from insomnia, you know all about. So you're hypothetically asleep now. Good job. Now we encounter what are known as non-REM and REM sleep, REM standing for rapid eye movement. Dreaming typically occurs during REM sleep, and when it doesn't, it's supposedly terrifying. But it's now that you should realize the concept of sleep is quite vague. I mean, the next time you're falling asleep, try pinpointing the exact moment in which you lose consciousness. It's nigh impossible. And once you wake up, think about where your dream began. Where's the storyline start? A little fuzzy, isn't it? Sleep may be as distant as Pluto to us. It's hard to even begin to quantify a dream, more than did you or did you not have one last night. I mean, evolutionarily, what even is the advantage of dreaming? Since the dawn of man, we've been interested about dreams and their meanings. Their outlandishness and abstractness have captivated both storytellers and scientists from all eras, yet still nothing conclusive has been determined. Let's look at some theories that we have. One of the most popular theories as to why dreams exist is that they help us organize information. If you've ever slept on an idea, you may wake up with an elegant solution to yesterday's problems, and dreaming may play an important role in this. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's get into some wackier stuff. Dreaming may help in coping with trauma, organizing autobiographical information, and making emotional connections, among other things. If you've ever noticed how surreal dreams seem, it may be because dreaming involves parts of the brain not usually involved in everyday perception. Dreams are largely controlled by structures in the temporal lobe of the brain, including the hippocampus and the amygdala, rather than the frontal lobe, which is used in everyday logic and thinking. Among other benefits, this stimulation of the emotional part of the brain may help in creativity. It's not uncommon for artists, writers, etc. to claim that so-or-so project came to them in a dream. In fact, the piece playing right now, the famous Devil's Trill Sonata, is said to have come to composer Giuseppe Tartini via the devil tuning and playing his violin during a dream. On that topic, nightmares are a frequent occurrence, especially as it seems among children. Given the importance of the amygdala, which, among other things, regulates aggression, perhaps dreaming evolved as a training manual for hostile encounters. For example, many people experience sleep paralysis, in which the body is paralyzed and the eyes remain open, but the hallucination of dreaming continues. One of the features of sleep paralysis is a sleep paralysis demon, or so they're called. The feeling of wanting to hide from this hallucination may be akin to the feeling of wanting to hide from a potential predator. Or maybe this is too specific to human sleep. I mean, plenty of animals have been shown to have dreams, right? Maybe the real purpose is something more basal to survival than all of this. One theory suggests that dreaming is key to establishing the ego in young children. As strange as it sounds, infants have no reason to believe such an abstract concept as being a mind within a corporeal vessel. They have no reason to believe that they are an individual. If you've ever seen the famous Sally Ann test, young kids don't really believe that their knowledge should be different from the knowledge of anyone else. For the sake of explanation, I guess I'll demonstrate the Sally Ann test right here. There are two girls, Sally and Ann, in a room with two baskets and an object, say a penny. Sally puts the penny in basket A and leaves the room. Then, after Sally leaves, Ann, the little scheming delinquent she is, moves the penny into the other basket. The study then asks, where will Sally look for the penny? To us it's quite obvious. Because she has no reason to expect otherwise, Sally will look in basket A where she left it. But interestingly, most children under the age of 4 will answer that Sally will look for the penny in basket B because that's where it is. This indicates that they have not yet developed a theory of mind, the idea that other people have minds that work in similar ways to their own, or perhaps even that other people have minds in the first place. How this relates to dreaming is as follows. Dreaming always takes place in the first person, and in a somewhat believable environment. Why is that, when, given our theories, our brains should simply tailor an environment conducive to learning how to make a spear, or how to escape a lion, or how to handle any social situation? Well, it may be because, at least in infants, the goal of dreaming is to establish the idea of the self. The repeated insistence that the brain is in this weird meat vessel rather than, say, a chair in the corner of the room shows the infant that I am me, and there's no changing that. That's a lot to take in, isn't it? Sleep establishing the ego? It's a far-out idea, but it just goes to show you how little we know, ontologically, about ourselves. If something as simple as sleeping may explain why we even feel like an individual, it must remain to be seen the other more complex questions about your existence as a conscious being. Food for thought. Have fun sleeping.